Hi students, I'm Sonia from Vidya Guru. We are starting a new session on current affairs, April 2020 current affairs. This session is in English medium, as you guys can make out. If you are not comfortable with the session in English medium, you can switch to the Hindi medium session that is there in the playlist. We upload almost all the sessions in English medium as well as in Hindi medium. This session is primarily for our South Indian students, primarily for our Northeastern students. I'll start the session, but before starting, I really wish to say if you like the session, please press the like button for sure because I feel that you will gain a lot. All these questions which I've selected, they are very, very important from the perspective of every competitive exam because I feel that current affairs are the integral part of any competitive exam. You will see such questions in your exams for sure. Share the video with your friends and don't forget to subscribe to Vidya Guru's YouTube channel and press the bell icon as well. Because by pressing the bell icon, you'll be getting the notifications of all the exam relevant videos which we upload. I'll actually make you revise all the questions. So stay put, watch till the end because I feel you wish to learn all these questions. Let's start from the very first point, which is Earth Day is observed on 22nd of April. The theme which was kept for this year, that was climate action. Let's move to the other question, and that was World Book and Copyright Day. We are going to talk about a few more days here, and that is 23rd of April. There are many things which are actually celebrated or observed on 23rd of April. I'll start with the first one. You can see on your screen, I've written 23rd April in the first point. Apart from that, if you can see the lower points, they also have 23rd April. I'll start with the first one, and that was World Book and Copyright Day is observed on 23rd of April. Hashtag my book, my friend. That is the campaign launched by HRD Ministry. This can be asked in your exam, like which ministry has launched hashtag my book, my friend campaign, and that is HRD Ministry. I want to explain something else, but I'll start with the other point, and that is UNESCO World Book Capital. UNESCO World Book Capital. That gets changed every year. I'm saying this year, that means 2020. UNESCO World Book Capital 2020 was set for this year. That was Kuala Lumpur. Let's add something else to 23rd April again. Let's come back to 23rd April once again. On 23rd April, apart from celebrating World Book and Copyright Day, UN's English Language Day, UN's Spanish Language Day, both of them are observed on 23rd April only. Let's move to the other question. Scheme to map residential land ownership in rural sector. And the scheme is Swamitva Yojana or Swamitva scheme. See, the Hindi word Swamitva means you are going to be Swami, that means owner of something. That means, see, if here in cities we have lands, we have these lands in our names. That means we are the registered owners of those lands. But you need to understand, in rural areas, such disputes are there where anybody can claim your land. How does that happen? Because there is nothing which can actually there's nothing which can actually prove that this land belongs to this person. To help rural people, to help those people who live in the rural area, drones will be mapping. Drones will be used to map properties of people, those who live in rural areas. Drones to be used in mapping of properties will end, this will end confusion and disputes over properties. Will help in planning development in villages also. Apart from that, there's something else to it I wish to tell you, and that is people will be able to take loans from banks if something of this sort happen. You need to understand, if mapping of land happens, that way it becomes easier for the banks to find out that this property belongs to this person. That is what going to happen, and that is what Swamitva Yojana is all about. And what is Swamitva Yojana? I told you that is ownership. Swamitva Yojana, Swamitva scheme, which actually defines who is the owner of this rural land. This happened on 24th of April. What is so special about 24th of April? 24th of April is the date when Panchayati Raj was actually came into force in India. 24th of April, Panchayati Raj got implemented in India, and if somebody asks you that this was implemented for the first time in Rajasthan, Nagaur district was the place where Panchayati Raj got implemented. If you wish to know more about Panchayati Raj, I wish to explain in 2-3 lines. See, Panchayati Raj is about decentralization of powers. Powers can't be centralized. Powers can't be centralized. That means powers cannot be given to one person or one institution only. Powers should be distributed so that smaller things can be handled by smaller organizations. So power should not be centralized, it should be decentralized. That is the concept of Panchayati Raj, where powers are given to all the institutions, all the organizations. So Panchayati Raj was implemented in Nagaur district, Rajasthan for the first time. 73rd Amendment talks about Panchayati Raj system. Apart from that, 11th schedule of our constitution talks about Panchayati Raj only. So Panchayati Raj Day is observed on 24th April, and this announcement was made on 24th of April only. Let's move to the other question. Okay, as you guys have heard that Goa declared something that we did not like, but something benefited Goa, and that was the complete lockdown. Probably this happened, and that is why Goa became the first coronavirus free state. You have to learn that because this is important for you guys. I was saying that first coronavirus free state, Goa, and if somebody asks you the second state, and that is Manipur. The next question is, World Malaria Day is observed on 25th of April, and the theme which was kept for this year, that was Zero Malaria Starts With Me. That's the responsibility of all of us, and that's how we get this responsibility on us as well. Zero Malaria Starts With Me. Clear message. 25th April, World Malaria Day. World Vet Day. World Veterinary Day 2020, and that is on 25th April. That was observed on 25th April this year. Does not mean that we observe Vet Day every year on 25th April. I've clearly mentioned here, if you read the latter point, which says that last Saturday of April is observed as World Vet Day. The theme for World Vet Day was environment protection for improving animal and human health. Environment protection for improving animal and human health, that was the theme for World Vet Day. Let's move to the other question. India's GDP forecast. India's GDP growth forecast, because it was declared by IMF. It has become only 1.9%. That's too sad, but we all know the situation which is going on. We were expecting that to happen. We were expecting that India's GDP growth forecast for financial year 2020 and 2021 to 2021, as per International Monetary Fund, and that is IMF, 1.9% only. The next question is, now we'll talk about G20 meetings. I talked about it a little. In the last video I talked about it a little. These virtual meetings are going to be discussed here again. Because you need to understand that virtual meetings, if they take place, somebody has to get the delegation done. India has some delegate to represent, to be the representative on India's part. So who's actually the delegate on behalf of India, that I'm going to explain here. G20 Trade and Investment Ministers virtual meeting took place, where the delegation was done by Piyush Goyal. I was saying G20 meetings are going on. I am going to talk about Trade and Investment Ministers virtual meeting. Then G20 Energy Ministers virtual meeting. See, these all are virtual meetings. As you guys can make out that due to COVID, such meetings cannot take place. So I was saying virtual meetings are going on. So I'll start with the first one. I was saying Trade and Investment Ministers meet attended by Piyush Goyal. Ministry of Commerce and Industry, he's the minister, that means union minister, who's handling Ministry of Commerce and Industries, and he's handling other ministries also. Presently I'm talking about this ministry. G20 Energy Ministers Summit. Energy Ministers Summit was attended by Dharmendra Pradhan, and Dharmendra Pradhan is handling Ministry of Petroleum and Natural Gas. G20 Health Ministers Meeting, Dr. Harshvardhan, because he himself is a doctor and he generally handles, health ministry. We all know that. So he is the minister. He's handling the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. Dr. Harshvardhan. Let's move to the other question. RBI increases ways and means advances limit for first half of financial year 2021. I had explained ways and means advances in the last video, so I'm not going to waste time on that thing. I really want your time to be utilized very well. I was saying that RBI increases ways and means advances limit for first half. Be clear on that. It is first half for the financial year 2021. I'm not talking about the entire year. They have defined what is first half. What does first half mean? They say first half means from April to September. That is first half. Ways and means advances limit has been increased by RBI to 2 lakh crores. The next question is, initiative to convert Kirana shops into sanitized retail stores for providing essential commodities. You need to understand something, that if we visit any Kirana store, we want some sort of sanitization should take place. They should be cleaned, they should be sanitized. So what I'm saying here is they are going to be made Suraksha stores now. The Hindi word Suraksha means, where we are talking about sanitization of these shops will be done. 20 lakh neighborhood stores will be the part of this campaign launched by the government. Government will facilitate these neighborhood stores so that they can be converted into Suraksha stores. And what are these Suraksha stores? They are just sanitized shops, sanitized retail stores. Let's move to the other question. And don't forget that 20 lakh neighborhood shops will be the part of this campaign. New Central Vigilance Commissioner who got appointed, and his name is Sanjay Kothari. New Central Vigilance Commissioner Sanjay Kothari. The next question is, World Intellectual Property Day is observed on 26th of April. Innovate for a Green Future. Innovate for a Green Future, that was the theme for World Intellectual Property Day. RBI provides special refinance facilities to NABARD, SIDBI and National Housing Bank. RBI provides special refinance facilities. You need to understand, everybody requires funds now. So such sort of refinancing is happening for the banks also. NABARD, SIDBI, they are banks obviously, and National Housing Bank, all facilitated by RBI, and the amount which will be provided by RBI, that is 50,000 crore. Okay, the next question is Transport Aggregator App to facilitate transportation of food grains and agri products for farmers. The name of that app is Kisan Rath app. And how is this Kisan Rath app going to help farmers? As we all have been listening to something, the loss because of this lockdown, farmers are going through. You need to understand their produce is not, reaching the exact or the right places. To help farmers, to support farmers, to assist farmers, this Kisan Rath app is going to help farmers that way, that these food grains and agri products will be delivered, will be transported to the right places. They'll be taken from the farmers. That means they are going to be beneficial in that manner for the farmers. Ministry of Agriculture and Farmer Welfare has launched this Kisan Rath app, because they may ask you in your exam that Kisan Rath app was launched by, then you have to answer it that way. I was saying that Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare has launched this app. Agriculture Minister presently is Narendra Singh Tomar. Let's move to the other question. National List of Intangible Cultural Heritage of India launched by Ministry of Culture. What does it mean? See, when we talk about intangible, tangible things which can be touched, intangible which cannot be touched. Yes, that is intangible. You must be thinking what sort of cultural things are we talking about. See, let's say there's a local dance of some area. Local dance of some area, that is called the intangible heritage, intangible cultural heritage of that particular state or of that particular area. So I was saying that National List of Intangible Cultural Heritage of India launched by Ministry of Culture. They are trying to raise awareness about intangible cultural heritage elements from different states of India. They are probably trying to actually make the data, they are trying to spread the awareness about these intangible cultural awareness of those states of India. Union Minister for Culture is Prahlad Singh Patel, as this question is associated with Ministry for Culture, which has launched this ICH. Prahlad Singh Patel is the Union Minister for Culture presently. Let's move to the other question. Emergency assistance by New Development Bank. See, New Development Bank is of BRICS group basically. BRICS, that means I'm talking about that group where Brazil, Russia, India, China and South Africa are, the part that stands for BRICS, where I stands for India. So BRICS group, that means this group's New Development Bank is helping India, is providing assistance to India by providing $1 billion. Yes. So that's how the question can be framed from this part, that where is the headquarters of New Development Bank? The headquarters is in Shanghai, China. The headquarters of New Development Bank is in Shanghai, China. You can see that on your screen as well. I've written that clearly. Loan by Asian Development Bank was also given to India because we require money. Everybody requires money, requires some sort of help. So India requires money, so we have taken loan from Asian Development Bank, and that is of $1.5 billion. Asian Development Bank, they also have, headquarters. They also have headquarters, and the headquarters of Asian Development Bank, that is in Manila, Philippines. The next question is access to COVID-19 tools. That is called ACT. They may ask you the full form of ACT. What is ACT? Access to COVID-19 tools, that is ACT. Access to COVID-19 Tools Accelerator, that is the name of an initiative launched internationally by G20. G20 means I'm talking about the nations of G20. So international initiative to accelerate access to health tools to fight coronavirus. That is basically the motive. Government appointed committee that has suggested GDP data revamp for states. What does that mean? See, there's one committee, that is Ravindra H. Dholakia committee, which is going to help the government. Government has appointed that committee to muster data, to gather data. What sort of data? GDP, I'm not talking about the GDP of the entire country. I'm saying the way states collect their GDP data, that has to be revamped. This suggestion came from Ravindra H. Dholakia committee. This committee is going to revamp that GDP data collection way of the states, and who's heading that committee? That is obviously Ravindra H. Dholakia. That is why that's the name of the committee. Let's move to the other question, and that is World Immunization Week, April 24th to 30th. April 24th to 30th, that is called World Immunization Week, which we have observed this year. Today is 30th, 24th to 30th, that is observed as World Immunization Week. Don't consider it as that 7-day week. They just take a collection of few days and they call it week. So don't get into that 7 days week. The theme which was kept, that was vaccines work for all. Vaccines work for all. That's the theme for World Immunization Day. UNESCO has declared the World Art Day on 15th April. UNESCO means I'm talking about United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization. United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization, that is UNESCO. And I was saying that UNESCO has declared the World Art Day on 15th April. Apart from that, World Creativity and Innovation Day is observed on 21st of April. Superhero. Must be thinking what I'm going to talk about. See, the name of the superhero launched by Government of India, and that is Vayu. And why the government has done that? The reason is, see, we all are aware, but probably our kids are not very well aware of this tragic thing that is COVID-19. So our government wants that this coronavirus, our kids should be aware of it. So by a superhero, they want our kids should be aware of coronavirus. They have launched, government has launched Vayu, that's the name of the superhero, to spread awareness about COVID-19 in kids. Government of India has released a comic, a funny titled, that is Kids, Vayu and Corona. The next question is, bank that has launched a safety grid campaign. Safety grid, as we all have been listening about, that social distancing have to be maintained. So for that, they have actually made a safety grid. HDFC Bank has done that to promote social distancing. They have actually launched safety grid. HDFC Bank has done that. Coverage of lender's loss in case of loan default under credit guarantee fund for micro unit scheme increased to 75%. See, if a person or an institution provides loan to micro units under credit guarantee fund, if a micro unit receives loan and if there's some default happens on that loan, somebody has to cover it. So government covers that. This limit has increased to 75% now. If there's a default happens on micro units loan default, then who's going to bear the loss? Up to 75% Government of India will cover that. So the credit guarantee fund for micro units scheme covers loans up to rupees 10 lakh. Yes, 10 lakh only. So up to 10 lakh only this will be covered. Next question is Facebook initiative to boost women entrepreneurs in India. The name of that campaign is Pragati. Facebook's initiative. Entrepreneurs, I'm talking about the women who are into business. They want to promote those women who wish to come out and want to get into some sort of business. So they want that more and more women should come out and be the entrepreneurs. So Pragati is the name of the campaign. To boost that, Facebook is helping them. Bharat InstaPay UPI payment platform launched by SBI and BSNL. Let's start the revision from here on. First question was Earth Day, 22nd April. The theme was climate action. World Book and Copyright Day is observed on 23rd April. And UN English Language Day and UN Spanish Language Day, both are also observed on 23rd of April. Scheme to map residential land ownership in rural sector, that is Swamitva Yojana or Swamitva scheme. It was launched on 24th of April and 24th of April is the Panchayati Raj Day. First coronavirus free state Goa and second coronavirus free state Manipur. World Malaria Day 25th April and this year World Wet Day was observed on 25th of April because 25th of April this year was the Saturday and the last Saturday of April is observed as World Wet Day. India's GDP growth forecast for financial year 2020-21 as per International Monetary Fund, that is 1.9% only. G20 Trade and Investment Ministers virtual meeting attended by Piyush Goyal on behalf of India. Energy Ministers Summit attended by Dharmendra Pradhan and he's handling Ministry of Petroleum and Natural Gas. G20 Health Ministers meeting was attended by Dr. Harshvardhan. RBI has increased Ways and Means advances limit for first half of financial year 2021 from April to September and that too up to 2 lakh crores. Initiative to convert Kirana stores into Suraksha stores and 20 lakh neighborhood shops will be the part of this Suraksha store campaign by the Government of India. New Central Vigilance Commissioner Sanjay Kothari. World Intellectual Property Day 26th of April. RBI provides special refinance facilities to NABARD, to SIDBI, to National Housing Bank and the amount which they have provided, that is 50,000 crores. Transport Aggregator app to facilitate transportation of food grains and agri imports for farmers, that is Kisan Rath app, and Kisan Rath app was launched by Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare, and Agriculture Minister presently is Narendra Singh Tomar. Narendra Singh Tomar. Next question is National List of Intangible Cultural Heritage of India launched by Ministry for Culture to raise awareness about intangible cultural heritage elements from different states of India. This is happening, and Union Minister of Culture is Prahlad Singh Patel now. Emergency assistance by New Development Bank for India, that is $1 billion they have actually provided to India, and loan was provided by Asian Development Bank to India, and that is $1.5 billion. Access to COVID-19 Tools Accelerator Initiative launched by G20. It is an international initiative to accelerate, to speed up the access to health tools to fight coronavirus. Government appointed committee that is going to suggest GDP data collection, which happens in state. They want to revamp that. Ravindra H. Dholakia is going to head that committee. World Immunization Week was observed this year from 24th to 30th April, and vaccines work for all, that was the theme for it. UNESCO has declared the World Art Day on 15th April. United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization, that's the name of UNESCO, that's the full form of UNESCO. And I was saying they have declared World Art Day on 15th April, 21st April is World Creativity and Innovation Day. Superhero launched by Government of India to make kids aware about COVID-19, and that is Vayu, and they have launched Kids Vayu and Corona. Bank that has launched a safety grid campaign for social distancing, that is HDFC Bank. Coverage of lenders loss, because if some lender is there and provides loan to micro units, and if there's some sort of default take place, then 75% of it will be covered by the Government of India if the loan was given under Pradhan Mantri Mudra Yojana, and the amount of that loan is up to 10 lakh only. Facebook's initiative to push women entrepreneurship in India, that is Pragati. And the last point was Bharat InstaPay UPI payment platform launched by SBI and BSNL. Thank you so much.